This week we saw the Royal Commission into the banking sector hand down their findings. Now firstly, from what I've read and reading through the report, I do believe that the consumer will win ultimately from this. The banks and the Royal Commission really are going to push forward to try and make banks more accountable for their lending and make sure that people are in a position to be able to repay that money and that they're not getting charged hidden fees and basically trying to clean up the industry as a whole. So I do feel the consumer will win out ultimately in the end. Secondly, I do feel that the tightening on the finance sector that we've already seen, we saw in the back end of 2018, people were really struggling to borrow money. I think we will see that continue into the new year and throughout 2019, and this will have a negative impact on property prices. Ultimately, real estate is a game of supply and demand. If people can't get money to buy property, we will see that demand fall, and this will lead to a decline in property prices. So it'll be very interesting to see if banks do start to ease their lending policies now that the Royal Commission findings have been handed down, or if they'll keep that strict stance that they had at the back end of 2018. The other negative I can see for the real estate market is there is a chance that interest rates will go up. So that's at a bank level. I don't think the Reserve Bank's going to be shifting interest rates. Anyone's guess on that front, but I do think the banks will try and recoup some of their losses that they will be, through a lack of lending, they will be trying to increase their profit margins on the interest rates, and through the lack of competition. So they are talking about really changing the broker system. A lot of arguments for and against that, but I do feel if they do remove that brokerage system as we know it today, we may see interest rates increase on the back of that due to a lack of competition possibly. So I think ultimately, if money costs more to borrow and is harder to borrow, we will see prices for real estate start to decline due to that. So there you have it. That's my take on the Royal Commission into the banking sector. I really do think overall the consumer will win, but I do think we will possibly see some short-term negative impacts into the real estate sector like we saw at the back end of 2018. If you are looking to sell, keep in mind that finance isn't a sure thing. So if a contract is subject to finance, there is that element of risk. A shorter finance clause, even though we may not get approval in that time, we may get a bit clearer idea if we keep it to that 21-day finance clause, or even really push for a 14-day clause, and make sure our buyers are doing their due diligence before they're putting forward a contract. As always guys, if you do want the best result, it is important to get the best advice. I'm only ever a phone call away, or reach out over social media. I'm always happy to help.